the only, the classic Halloween.
Welcome to another episode of Red Reviews. Happy Halloween, everyone. It is the trick-or-treat time of the year, so I thought I'd do a special Red Reviews and talk about a movie named after this great holiday. I'm talking about John Carpenter's original 1978 classic, Halloween. The first time the world was introduced to the great serial killer Michael Myers. And of course, like many scary movies, it's had a number of subsequent sequels, dipping in quality a majority of the time. I'm going to focus actually on the first three. Mostly the first one. I want to touch on the first three. And I know, blasphemy, I'm going to talk about Halloween 3 Season of the Witch in this review. Just slightly, just because it's worth noting. It's a gutsy movie to make at the time. But in the original 1978 classic, if you don't know the story already, and I feel like it's a legendary story, John Carpenter gave us this incredible movie of the babysitter killer. When Michael Myers kills his little sister at such a young age, he's put in a sanitarium for 15 years. He escapes one day, he decides to go trick-or-treating, and he rains havoc on Haddonfield once again with bloody carnage, killing babysitters and stalking Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode. Is this sounding familiar yet? Yes, everybody knows the story of Michael Myers and Halloween. And it continues in Halloween 2, picking right up where Halloween 1 left, dipping slightly in quality just because it falls into the tropes of a horror movie sequel where Michael Myers has to kill people in fun and new ways. We have to up the body count. There's something fun and original about the first one. It caught the world by storm, and they didn't really want to even do a second one involving Michael Myers, but apparently when you introduce more and more zeros in the back of a check, that tends to sway people's decisions, so that's where John Carpenter comes in. He's like, well, they're going to pay me so much more money, I can do one more Michael Myers movie. But his original intention for the Halloween series was to have it be an anthology, episodic type of movie where every year on Halloween we got a new Halloween movie dealing with the holiday, but a new story. So Michael Myers was to be the first story, and after that be like Season of the Witch, where it has to do with Halloween, but it's not particularly revolving around Michael Myers. Sort of like a Twilight Zone thing, and that would have been interesting to see how that progressed, and even if we'd still be getting Halloween movies today, or what other fun movies we could have got. But Michael Myers became such an iconic character that when Season of the Witch came around and they went back to the original formula they had at the beginning when they started the Halloween series, people backlashed so much, and it became such this dark stain on the series. But it's actually a really interesting and fun movie if you watch it outside the context of being locked inside the Halloween series. It has to do with these masks made by this company called Silver Shamrock, who were really just worshippers. I think they're devil worshippers or some kind of satanic cult. And there's a chip inside of them, and when they're exposed to the commercial of Silver Shamrock, the tune in it makes the mask come alive, and whoever is wearing it kills them in awful ways. Like snakes come out of their mouths, and bugs and stuff start coming out of the mask, and it kills the wearer. And they want to kill all the children on Halloween. It's the Season of the Witch. So that, like, it's got some great kills, it's got some great visuals, it's got some great horror. It's stuck with the Halloween title, so people are just, where's Michael Myers? You can think of it sort of as when you were watching maybe Friday the 13th, I think A New Beginning is what it's called at the time, where we get to the end and it's after the final chapter. Jason Voorhees has returned, and then you find out at the end it's a copycat Jason Voorhees. That's the most thing I can compare it to off the top of my head, of just like, well, you kind of pulled a fast one on me. So like when they put the Halloween title on there, people were expecting to see Michael Myers. They went in to see Michael Myers. They didn't see Michael Myers, and so as a bait and switch, they felt that they were tricked and kind of didn't get to take in the movie for what it really is. So I would suggest Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. If you're not, just know Michael Myers. Michael Myers is actually in it for a second. I think is a commercial playing in the background saying the movie that night for Halloween they were showing Halloween. So inside it's Season of the Witch, Halloween itself is just a movie, so it's a self-referential type of thing. But the first two, definitely check those out if you haven't. They're classics. 4 and 5 and 6, they just go on and on and on. Try and tread fresh ground, but they really don't. They don't have John Carpenter's stamp. The only one that kind of really gets back to form is Halloween H2O, and that's because Jamie Lee Curtis returns as Laurie Strode, and they kind of finish off the storyline where now she's the fighter. She was the victim in the first two, and she's decided that she's had enough, and she's going to make a stand against, spoiler alert, her brother, Michael Myers, is really her brother. You discover that, of course, in Halloween 2, that they are really related. Whether that was really a storyline that they knew at the time of Halloween 1, it's hard to say. There's nothing that hints at that in the first story. I feel like that was something they made up for the sequel. I'd have to do some research on that, so I can't say for sure if that's something they had in mind, them they were thinking about. And then down the road, we get like Resurrection, which is another dip-off point, except for the Jamie Lee Curtis part at the beginning. But she gets, spoiler alert once again, killed off in that one, and that kind of closes off the Laurie Strode storyline. So then we're just trying to start another storyline again. It doesn't go very well. I'm not a fan of Rob Zombies. I have Rob Zombies. I've seen all the Halloweens. I don't own them all. I think I'm missing 4 and 5 on. I had them on VHS, if you guys remember what that is, but I don't own them all on DVD or Blu-ray. So I own Rob Zombies. I don't really respect Rob. I'm sorry, Rob Zombie, but I don't like delving into the backstory of the killer. I feel like that putting a young face on him, especially as they did in the Rob Zombie ones, where he was just in a household of abuse, and I get that can trigger some things, but that just doesn't lend well to the Michael Myers storyline, where in the first one, why is he doing it? You don't know, and there's something more scary about the fact that he just doesn't, no one knows why he's doing what he's doing. Maybe the Dr. Loomis, the Donald Pleasance character, has his theories. Maybe he's just purely and simply evil. Some people are just evil. He's got these black eyes, and maybe he's just full of rage. Maybe it's the devil. You don't know. And I like if you watch Halloween 1, and I would have liked to have watched Halloween 1 in a world where no other Halloween movies existed, and when you see at the ending Donald Pleasance shoot him and he falls off the balcony, and then Donald Pleasance runs out to check on him and he's gone. So I wonder what that mindset would have been, knowing that not having other Halloween movies that I knew followed. Michael Myers, of course, wasn't dead. The theories that we could come up with, and whether he is immortal, is he the devil, is he just wounded? Now we know he just tends to not die like Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees and Leatherface. No matter what you throw at him, you just can't stop him for the sake that they're cash cows, and we got to keep the stories going. It'd be nice one day if we actually got a proper new entry into all these series, you could say. They've attempted to redo Halloween and Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. They haven't been able to capture whatever made the original ones so great. So it'd be nice one day if we got an entry into all those that actually kind of captured what the original ones offered us. So go out and check out Halloween 1 and Halloween 2. If you enjoy that Michael Myers character and you can't get enough of him, go check out 4, 5, and 6, and so on. But if you're looking for just mainly just tell me the good ones, Shane. Do 1 and 2, do H2O, and then if you're looking for a break, but still something revolving around the day of Halloween, check out Season of a Witch, because it's a really creepy, fun storyline. So I think when I do these older movies, we can't rate them A, B, C, D, because it's 1978 Halloween. It's got the iconic mask, the William Shatner mask. It's got one of the most legendary serial killers in the movie. It's got one of the most legendary themes. It's got iconic Scream Queen Jamie Lee Curtis, made by one of the great horror directors, John Carpenter. I mean, everything just kind of came together at this time on a shoestring budget. It made tons of money. So, I mean, you just got to rate it just classic. This is what we're going to call it. When I rate these old movies, it's just going to get a classic rating. So, if you need a movie to watch this Halloween, why not watch Halloween? Like and subscribe. Check out my other videos. I'll catch you guys next time right here on Red Reviews.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen.